In this video, I will provide you with a method that might allow you to calculate future lumber prices. And that would be by using lumber futures charts. And it's something all home builders and framing contractors should be aware of. However, you might not be. So let's go ahead and jump right into this. Now, I don't have the values of the lumber. However, I can tell you that currently the lumber price as of December 23rd, 2022 is about $380 per 1,000 board feet of random length lumber. I cannot also provide you with what type of lumber that would be referring to. And I would also like to point out that I use other future charts to calculate future prices like oil, something that might be valuable to you even if you're not going to purchase lumber. I simply take a look at the crude oil future prices and can estimate what the gasoline prices will be the next month. And I'm not always going to be accurate, and that's the thing you cannot do. You cannot take a look at the lumber prices that you might find on this chart for 2020 when 2x4 8-foot studs might have been $2.50 and expect them to be the same 2 years later when the lumber futures values get back to that point, because there might be increases in fees and transportation for these materials. And that's probably one of the most important things you need to remember when looking at these charts. And I'm not about to suggest that I can predict what a 2x4 stud or 2x4 8-foot piece of lumber is going to be a month from now. However, I can take a look at the chart and tell you that the price of lumber is going down from this point here. And I'm guessing this point right here is around March of this year, when the interest rates started to affect home building and reducing the demand for lumber. And even though the demand for lumber might be down, it doesn't mean that it's not going to go back up in a couple of months. So don't get hung up on that either. I can't look at this chart right here and predict that it's going to go down much lower, because the lowest point on this chart right here is the dip from the COVID-19, when you might have expected it to go even lower, and it didn't. It shot right back up. So to wrap things up here, I can basically look at the current futures prices and get an idea whether or not the lumber is going to be a little bit higher or lower, and figure out if I want to buy more or less of it. And I would simply suggest typing in the words lumber futures into your favorite search engine and check out some of the charts. And you can get the prices by simply scrolling up and down along the lines on some of these charts. And if you go to the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, or the CME, you can check out what the future contract prices are currently going for to get an idea whether or not the lumber prices are going to continue to fall or rise.